Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My first video is going to be talking about or just a phone that's very expensive, high tech. Your contract's going to be all the way up. Hello lovely people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Life of V. Honestly guys, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I hope you enjoyed my previous video about my spa getaway. It was honestly a lovely experience. Hopefully you guys have realised and acknowledged that taking time off work and taking some time, you know, out of your day to enjoy yourself is not a bad thing. So yeah. I decided to do this video today because, you know, obviously I was once a university student. I know the hardships of being at university, the hardships of being able to save all that money, and, you know, it's honestly very, very difficult. Some of you may be looking at this and being like, how the hell did she save that amount of money? Like, that must have been so difficult. But obviously, you know, everyone has their own, you know, different situations, different financial difficulties, different, you know, family dynamics. So I didn't make this video to just put out there to you guys, you know, if you watch this, you're going to definitely save 10k. No, that's not the point where I put this video up. I put this video up so you guys could understand how I managed to do it. And what I want you guys to take away from this essentially is, you know, if you're at university, if you're starting university this year, you can learn some tips of how to save money. Or if you're still at university going into your second or last year, you know, you can improve how you utilize your money, how you decide to spend things, and, you know, just use your money more efficiently if you want to. My situation and my condition was very different. I stayed at home for 3 years. Some of you may be living on campus, so, you know, obviously it is a completely different financial situation. If you're living on campus to staying at home, you're going to save such a huge amount of money. But having said that, please keep on watching. If you're living on campus, you can still get tips on this video of how to save money more efficiently. So it really is up to you guys. Yeah, so this video is basically about how I managed to save £10,000 whilst I was at uni. I also want to throw out there, guys, I was working part-time on the weekends as well, and I only had during the week, you know, that I could obviously study. I would say the first thing to do with your financial situation is when you start university. I applied for student finance. Obviously everyone's student finance amount is going to differ compared to your family's financial situation. Sort out your student finance prior to your university. I've known some people that like to leave their student finance late. If you're the kind of person that like to do things lastminute.com, cool, you'll receive a student finance late. I wasn't one of those people. I like to do things on time, receive things on time, because I knew what I needed my money for. And yeah, I had friends telling me that they weren't receiving their student finance until the following year. Unserious people, that's fine, but like I said, if you're lastminute.com, cool, great for you. And then obviously, you know, you'll get your student finance maybe that week or the following week. I would say the second thing, after obviously organising your student finance and everything, I would say make sure you go to the bank, make sure that you organise your accounts, make sure that you have an account for student finance to basically throw and chuck the money in ready for university when you start on that week, because the last thing you want to do is, you know, have your accounts messed up, not have a card and not have anywhere for them to deposit the money in, because you're playing yourself essentially if you're doing that. You're playing games and money is not to be played with. Okay, so yeah, what I did, I'm gonna basically go in stages of what I did. I'm with NatWest Bank and I have quite a few accounts, and I made 3 accounts. So I have my current account, which my money comes out of all the time, which I spend, and I have a debit card for. I also had a student account, and then I had a savings account as well. So I had 3 different accounts in which I basically used to help put my money into different places, so I knew where it went. So when my money was put into my account, that was basically going into my student account, and I basically decided what to do from there. Now, with my student finance amount, I don't remember specifically how much I received, but when you guys get your amount of money, you know roughly how much you're going to save, how much you're going to spend. But what I did particularly was, whenever I got my student finance into my student account, what I do is I would half that money and I would keep half in my savings account, then I'd put the other half in my student account, and I'd basically decide how much of the money that I've left in my student account obviously because my savings, me not touching it, me not want to touch it, me want to save it, and me want to, you know, keep that money for other things there. I'm going to be going into accents quite a lot. That's basically just my thing. I'm a bit weird like that. So if I bust out in an Australian accent, Asian accent, don't think that I'm psycho. Sometimes it happens. Basically, 3 accounts: student, current, savings. Whenever I got my money into my student account, which my student finance went into every single 4 months, because I think it's quarterly, it goes into your account. It went into my student account. Say I had, for example, 2.5 grand, I'd split that. I'd keep half in my student account and I'd put the other half into my savings account. And I basically, each time, I'd put money from my student account into my current account, so I knew how much I was spending. Obviously, at the same time, every 4 weeks I was receiving money from my workplace, and that was over £300. So in my current account, I'd always have £300+ there to spend every month, and plus the money that I wanted to use from student finance from my student into current. This honestly sounds like a lesson. If I'm confusing you guys, feel free to pause and to deep what I'm saying. If I'm talking too fast, then obviously feel free to rewind and go back, but I'm just going to be saying exactly what I did. Cool. So yeah, half into my savings, then I kept the rest in my student account, and whenever I needed money for travel, for food, clothes, books, whatever it was at that time, I'd put money in from my student to a current. Every single time. I wouldn't touch my savings, kept it there. It was there for a reason, and that's what I did. And for every single year, I halved my student finance and I put my savings away, and then I kept it in my student account and kept on putting it back into my current account. I would also say what I like to do at the end when I next got my student finance, for example, in the next 4 months, is I'd like to put back any money that I didn't spend from the student finance that I halved, that I kept into my student account, and put that back into my savings, because essentially if I'm not going to spend it and I don't need it, I'm just going to put it back into my savings. But put a reasonable amount back into your savings. Don't play yourself and feel like, oh, I got their money in it, so I'm just going to spend it all on whatever I want. No, put that back into your savings if you want, and yeah, make sure it's a reasonable amount, because you don't want to be, you know, needing money for an Uber and you're tipping into your savings. You'll be like, oh no, it's just a cheeky £5. A cheeky £5 will turn into a cheeky £20, £100, £200 every single time, and before you know it, you ain't saving shite. Online banking, you had obviously the mobile app, and you're able to transfer money. You're able to dibble dabble with money, and I think that's the most sickest thing, because you don't have to go to the actual branch, you don't have to go to an ATM and transfer it all the time. You have it on your phone. It comes with advantages. Obviously, you're able to chuck money from different accounts. The disadvantages is obviously you're able to transfer easily from your savings. So if you're a spendthrift, if you're not very good with money, if not very good with, you know, keeping your savings, then I don't think this is a good idea for you, because you'll keep on spending it. It's kind of cool. It basically gave you the option to nickname your accounts. So I'd nickname my accounts student account or savings, do not touch. Just to remind myself, like, that's for that, that's for that, that's for that. And I think it's really cool. If your mobile app can do it, cool. If you can't, then sorry. Yeah, so that's basically how the accounts worked and how I dibble-dabbled, how I moved money around, really. I don't know, what am I going to go on to next? Right. So, I actually had to commute every single day. And anybody that had to commute every single day from home to uni, whether it was 2 hours, 1 hour, it was long. And the worst thing is waking up for 9 a.m, having to get on the train and having someone's face or armpit in your face and they're just breathing heavily on you is the worst thing to experience in the morning. I cannot explain it. It's probably the most annoying thing. You have to squash yourself, you have to shout at people, and what it really irritates me is, okay, I get you're getting off at the next stop, I get that, you know you want to be the first one out the train when it hits your stop, but move down. Like, some people are so selfish. People have space to move down and they do not move down. So if I come on the train and I'm pushing and I'm shoving you, you shouldn't get rude to me, you shouldn't get upset, because if you can see space, you need to move down. With travel, most of my work money went on travel. Yeah, so I paid £110 per month to travel all the way to my university in London, but it actually wasn't a lot of money. And the way it worked, so if you want to know how to, you know, use your travel well, listen to this. So the way it worked was I paid £110 to use between certain zones, and this was between zones 2 and 6, and this allowed me to go on any train, any tube and any bus between zones 2 to 6. Now when I first started uni, I didn't know this, but yeah, I started paying daily. I started chucking a cheeky £10 on my Oyster card every single day. So I take about £10 to £15 a day I would use to get to uni, because I was in first year. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about topping up or whatever. Well, I did, but I didn't know about like the monthly thing. If £15 a day a week, that's basically a lot of money, and that would probably come up to how much I use for a month. So I asked, and I figured out that £110 could get me any train, tube and bus between zones 2 to 6, and that really helped me save a lot of money. So £110 just for that month to, you know, use between those zones, and that was between my uni and home. And also another benefit was I could use that for work on the weekends as well, so I was saving money as well. I was proper happy because I found like a really good solution to my travel. Like sometimes at uni you learn things from other people tell you things, you're like, oh, I didn't know, like you could do it that way, and you're like, yeah, cool. Like, so yeah, make sure you ask around, you ask for like the deals and discounts as well. I would say in terms of food, guys, I'm probably the worst person to ration with food or give you advice of how to use it. Food cooked occasionally, got kind of bored of the same stew, right? Another trick I would say is when it comes to food, you know, I like to eat a lot as well. If that's you, then listen up very well. If you know that you like to spend a lot of money, sometimes it's useful to actually take cash out and say, do you know what, I know how much I'm going to eat in that day, so I'm going to take X amount of money a day to spend on food and leave your card at home, because sometimes that's very good, because you set yourself a limit. You said, I'm going to spend this amount of money, no more, no less. What else is there? Books. I would say don't play yourself with books, innit? Because most books are actually in the library or they're in another campus near your uni. A lot of the teachers say to you, like on the syllabus, make sure you buy certain books, make sure you put some books you do have to purchase. I'm not gonna lie to you, you can get it, you know, on Amazon or eBay cheaper as well, but also look online as well. Some books are actually available online that they don't tell you about, or sometimes the lecturers don't know it's online, so just double check before you know, decide to pay that online. In terms of clothes, well, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I got my student finance, because of where I studied, there was a lot of shops, there was a lot of, you know, places like H&M, Topshop, Zara, you know, every girl's dream to just be, if your university is basically near those kind of shops. It was tempting. I'd say at the beginning, when I started uni, I probably bought like a bunch of clothes and I just mixed and matched it with my old things, because essentially you're going to study in it, like it's going to be cool, you're going to be looking nice, you want to make sure you're fleeked up for certain days, and you know. But yeah, eventually you're just like, okay, got these new clothes, like what's next? I still have to do that presentation next week, I still have to, you know, pay for my, I don't know, car insurance, whatever it is. But do you know what I mean? Eventually you get used to it, and yeah, I mean, that stuff is fun at the beginning. I found it really fun. I've got lots of money to spend, but you know, essentially it just becomes like an ordinary thing. So yeah, I would say just buy some stuff that you think is nice, mix and match with your old clothes. Don't forget about your old clothes, because obviously, you know, you bought them for the same reason why you're buying these ones today, to wear out, to enjoy and to look good in. Yeah, so that's what I'd say in terms of clothes. In terms of fun, I don't really like to go out raving. I know people spend a lot of money on like drink ups and, you know, going to parties and stuff like that, but I never really done that much. Because I worked on the weekend, my weekend was basically zapped. During the week I had things to do, but I'd say first year, second year, I didn't really do much. I kind of like just went to cinema with my friends, went out to eat, just chilled and just, you know, had a good time in that way. If you like to go out and rave and drink, I would say maybe put some money aside. Do what you have to do, nickname your account saying cheeky drink up, cheeky drinks this Saturday, I don't know, but just make sure that you put a certain amount of money aside, because psychologically, if you know you only have X to spend, you're going to spend X, and don't get carried away with the fact that you have a lot of money in your savings to spend, you know, all on that day or all on that night, to spend excessively, because essentially it's not going to be worth it, when not only just to save it, but also for the fact that you might need it for something else that's more important, and you might have to dip into your savings and be like, rah, if only I spent less that night, then I could have used it for that. But you know, it really does depend on your mindset and what targets you set for yourself. And what else did I say I was going to talk about? I say this and cannot emphasize it enough. Make sure you take your university ID with you when you go to certain restaurants, because more time you do get discounts of them. Don't think, oh, because I got a lot of money in my bank, that odd £2 doesn't count. No, it really does, and it can actually make a difference. So I know you guys are probably thinking, how does she manage to pay her phone bill as well? In terms of your phone bill, if you have an iPhone and, you know, or just a phone that's very expensive, high tech, your contract's going to be all the way up in the sky. It's going to be a lot. I think my sister paid like £50 a month. To me, that's crazy, because I would never spend £50+ a month for a phone. I actually did the opposite of what contractors do. I actually bought the phone out. Now, you guys may think I'm crazy for buying the phone out, but for me, it just became cheaper because it made I was able to basically get a SIM-only contract, and I paid like £22 a month, and I got a 15 gigabyte, then everything else was unlimited. So it depends how you want to do it. It depends on, like I said, your financial situation. You may want to do contracts every month, or you can get similarly, get a cheaper price like I did. It really does depend. But yeah, I basically just made sure that I was able to know all the deals around me, ask questions, ask uni questions, ask, you know, different people questions, friends as well. Some people know like cheaper ways to get stuff as well. So make sure when you get to uni, you make lots of friends, you talk to a lot of people, because they can help you out as well. Yeah. Also, if you're paying money towards your house, that's something that you can't control or change. You know, you live there, you should pay, you know, your way. Depends on your family. They may not want you to pay your way. They may not, you know, do you know what I mean? It really does depend. So yeah. For my gym membership, I think it depends on the brand. The gym, it starts from like $12.99 a month, $30.99 a month. So yeah, my gym was about $19.99 a month. So to summarize, I worked part-time and I got student finance. I also had financial responsibilities, obviously at home, obviously paying for certain things that I had, like my phone bills, etc, etc. So yeah, it wasn't all just me spending and me saving. It literally was me having to decide how I was gonna pay off certain things that I was responsible for and saving money at the same time. So yeah. Guys, to be smart with your money, be smart with your life, be smart with your degree. You can go to uni and have fun. You know, so many people say it's the best experience I've ever had in my life. Cool, that's great. Enjoy yourself. You know, you've gone to study for 3 years. You're going to have to enjoy it some type of way. But, you know, remember, you're coming out with a degree. You want to have a good degree so you can get a good job in the future. So, yeah. So be serious. Be serious with your money. Be unserious with your money. Whatever you want to do, guys. Hope this video helped. Please subscribe to my channel. Like, share it with all your friends, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, whatever you want to do. Share it, guys. Please come and support me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a very good day, and I hope that you can use some of these valuable tips from this video if you're going to uni, or if you're starting uni, or if you're finishing it. So thank you.